Dear students, I am Shiv Kumar Yasalade, Department of Pharmacology, Shivlingeshwar College of Pharmacy, Almala. Today we learn regarding introduction of digestive system. Learning outcome. Upon completion of this video tutorial, students should able to describe the importance of digestive organ in digestion and absorption of food. Digestive system is a system. It is helpful for the processing of food regarding digestion and absorptions. For example, so whatever we can eat, that is the carbohydrates, so that can contain the insoluble starch. So here the digestive system, it can convert the starch into soluble glucose, so then the glucose can enter in our body. The digestive system is also known as a gastrointestinal tract or alimentary tracts. So here dear students, we learn regarding few terminology, so they are commonly used in the digestive system. First one is the digestion. So digestion is the process so where insoluble larger particle of food material is converted into simple food material is known as digestion, and digestion is subcategorized into three types: mechanical digestions, chemical digestion, and enzymatic digestions. In mechanical digestions, the larger particle can convert into a smaller particle. So, with the help of the teeth and tongue in oral cavity or in stomach and intestine, certain movements are present. So, those are known as the segmentation, peristalsis movement. So, these movements are helpful for the breakdown of the larger particle into smaller particles, and this process is known as the mechanical digestions. Chemical digestions means, so with the help of certain chemicals, so the larger particles are converted into soluble particles or simple particles. For example, in the stomach, the hydrochloric acid, it can convert larger particle of food material into chyme or bolus. Then enzymatic digestions, certain enzymes secreted from the gastric gland, so those enzymes, they can convert larger particle into simple soluble particles, and such process is known as the enzymatic digestion. For example, in oral cavity, salivary amylase is secreted from the salivary gland in saliva. So that salivary amylase, it can helpful for the breakdown of polysaccharide into monosaccharide. So now we learn regarding the layer of the GIT. So GIT mainly covered by four layer, that is mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, and serous. The mucosa is also known as the mucous membrane. It is the innermost layer of tissue. It is moist epithelial membranes that lines in the alimentary canal lumen from mouth to the anus. The mucosa mainly having the three functions, that is the secretion of mucus, digestive enzyme, and secretions of hormones, as well as the mucosal membranes play important role in the absorptions of the nutrition and products of the digestion into the blood. And third most important functions of mucosa is it can protect the inner lying or underlying organs of the GIT. Then second layer, that is the submucosa. The submucosa is just external to the mucosa. It is a irregular connective tissue containing the rich of supply blood and lymphatic vessels, lymphatic follicles, and nerve fibers, which supply the surrounding tissue of the GI tract wall. So here the submucosa, it is elastic fibers enable the stomach to regain its normal shape after temporary storing a large meal. Then third layer is a muscularis externa. It is also known as the muscularis. It surrounds the mucosa. The musculature is responsible for the segmentations and peristalsis movement in the stomach and as well as the small intestine. So these movements are helpful for the movement of the food from one part to the another part. Then serosa, it is the most outermost layer of the gastrointestinal tract. It is also considered as the visceral peritoneum. It is the most elementary canal organs. It is made up of the areolar connective tissue with mesothelium and a single layer of squamous epithelium. Dear students, the GIT functions are regulated by two systems or nerves. So those nerves are categorized into two types: intrinsic nerve supply and extrinsic nerve supply. Intrinsic nerve supply, it can regulate the functions of GIT with the help of the enteric nerve system, and extrinsic nerve supply, they control the functions of GIT with the help of the autonomic nerve system. Once again, the autonomic nerve system is sub-categorized into two systems, that is parasympathomimetic system and sympathomimetic system. So these two systems, they can act in the opposite direction. For example, regarding the gastric secretion, parasympathomimetic system, it can enhance the gastric secretions, but while if it is access, the brain can activate the sympathetic nerve system, then sympathetic nerve system, it can inhibit the secretions from the gastric gland. So like that, the autonomic nervous system, it can regulate all the functions of the GIT, including the secretions and digestion. So now we learn regarding the organs of the digestive system. The organ of digestive systems is mainly categorized into two types: primary digestive organs and accessory digestive organs. Primary digestive organs are mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anal canal, then anus. Then accessory digestive system organs are teeth, tongue, salivary gland, gastric gland, exocrine part of pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. So dear students, the food is moved in the GIT tract or digestive tract is its ingestions from the mouth. From the mouth, it can enter in the pharynx. From the pharynx, it can enter to the esophagus. From the esophagus, enter in the stomach. From the stomach, small intestine, then large intestine, rectum, then anal canal, then anus in the form of the feces. So like that, the food can be moved from one part to the another part. It is required at least the excretions of the food, ingested food, within 24 hours or more than 24 hours are required to remove from the body. So now we learn regarding the mouth. Dear students, so mouth is also known as the oral cavity or buccal cavity. It is formed by the cheek, lips, and palate bones or palate part of the oral cavity. It consists of teeth. It is helpful for the mechanical digestions. Tongue is helpful for the mixing of the ingested food in oral cavity, that of with the saliva for chemical and enzymatic digestions. And salivary gland, so they are responsible for secretions of saliva, and saliva, it is acts as the lubricants as well as it can contain the rich of enzymes. So those enzymes are helpful for the digestions of the food in the oral cavity. So now the functions of oral cavity are, so it is mainly involved in the ingestions. Ingestions means to take the food or intake of the food. So the mouth is the first organs where the food can be entered or ingested. Then chewing, so with the help of the tongue and teeth, the oral cavity involved in the chewing and form the chyme or smooth food particles. So that process is known as the chewing. Then as well as it can transfer the food, that is in the form of bolus, into the esophagus. And non-digestive functions of oral cavity is regulations of taste, speech, and social functions are smiling and expression. Pharynx, it is also known as the throat. So pharynx, it do not have the any that much of secretions required for the digestions of food, but it acts as the passage to move the food from oral cavity into the esophagus. So that's why it is present between the oral cavity and esophagus. Then esophagus, it is a muscular tube. It can connect the stomach, so that is with the oral cavity, or it's play important role in the passage of the food from oral cavity into the stomach. Then later on, other organs like stomach, small intestine, large intestine, then accessory organs like salivary gland, tongue, gastric gland, exocrine part of pancreas, liver, gallbladder, we can study in the later on in individual video tutorials. So now we can learn regarding the teeth. So dear students, the teeth, so they are present in the human beings, so they are mainly categorized into two types. In the early childhood, so those are known as temporary teeth, so they are fall down. Later on the teeth are reappearance, so those are known as the permanent teeth. So temporary teeth, so they are mainly 20 numbers are present. Among incisors are 4, canine 2, and molars 4. But when they are decay, so new teeth are occurs appearance, so those are known as the permanent teeth. So they are totally 32 in numbers, 16 in lower jaw and 16 in the upper jaw. So these are incisors, that is 6 in the lower as well as upper, then canine 2 lower up as well as upper, molars 6 lower as well upper, and as well as the premolars 4 lower and 4 upper. So like that there are 32 permanent teeth are present in the human being, so they are helpful for the chemical digestions as well as they are play important role in the speech. So now we learn regarding the functions of digestive system. The digestive system is mainly helpful for the intake of the food, that is known as the ingestion of food. And the digestive system, it can secure the secretions, and those secretions acts as the lubrication for the digestions of food, as well as it can secure the digestive enzyme. They are helpful for the digestions of the food. For example, that is the pepsin. So the pepsin is helpful for the breakdown of the peptide or metabolism of the proteins in the stomach, as well as like that the various organ they secrete the various enzymes, so those are helpful for the digestions of the food. Then third function, the digestive systems play important role in the movement of the food and mixing of the food, as well as the removal of the waste material from the body in the form of the feces, or it is also helpful for the removal of the toxins and removal of the heavy metals with the help of the bile. Then digestions of food into smaller fish, it is another functions of digestive system. And as well as the digestive systems play important role in the absorptions of nutrition and excretions of the waste. Absorptions means the entry of the nutritional products or end product of the digestion into the blood stream. So that process known as the absorptions of nutrition. That is one of the important functions of the digestive system. Thank you, dear students.